Hey guys, welcome to the Creative Kobold. I'm Gyra, and today I'm going to show you how I make D&D terrain game boards. Now, a lot of crafters out there likes to craft tiles they can put together. However, I mainly use minis and terrain or a battle mat if it's an actual battle going on, and even then I still do some battle encounters as theater of the mind. So for my use, I feel like it's much easier to just have a board you can put stuff on. At the start of this video, I've done a couple of things. First, I got myself a steel plate to use as a base. This way, I can put magnets inside terrain pieces and have them stay better on the board during setup and play. Second, I've covered the plate in acrylic texture medium. However, you could probably use a mixture of sand and PVA glue for roughly the same result. Also, I sprayed it grey because I felt it would be a better base color. First off, I mix a light brown with some slight red undertones. Then I cover the entire board with a brown color. Keep in mind, I keep it rather fluid by mixing it with some water as well, so that the paint won't be too thick and ruin the texture I've made. Next, I mix up a bluish green and start dabbing it on the board, not waiting for the brown to dry, making areas where I want there to be grass. I make it a bit more blue, mostly to make the board more interesting. In the end, it won't be as prominent as it is right now. After it has dried, I mix black and brown with a lot of water to make a thick wash. I cover the entire board with it. Then I take a paper towel and just dab it over the board to absorb back most of the wash and create a more textured look. Next, I cover the entire board in PVA glue. Sadly, because I had bought a different brand than usual, this dried white in a lot of spots, so I had to fix it up again by doing a new round of wash and then dab on new areas of bluish green. However, the upside to this is that it just gives more variation to the colors on the ground, and it makes it look a bit more interesting. Letting it dry completely, I mix the same blue with some black and the PVA glue from before. I dab it over the blue-green areas. When done, I take some fine turf and just cover the entire board with it. I press the turf down into the PVA a bit to make sure as much as possible sticks. After the PVA glue is sufficiently dry, I just unload the turf onto some old newspaper so that I can gather it up and use it for other projects. The turf on the areas I added PVA glue remains. Then I take it outside to shake off the remaining loose turf. At this point you can just go over it with some sealer. I personally use some Citadel spray sealer because that's the only thing I had on hand at the moment, but you could probably use a whole lot of other more cheaper options. And then we're all done. The board is ready to be used. Now you can use magnets on the base of terrain pieces so they'll stick quite well on there. Now I have an idea to add a wooden frame around this so it won't bend at all and be easier to move about, but that's a job for another day. If you found this video interesting and inspiring, feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.